Hello, welcome to our video, and now may ipapakita ko na sa inyo ang the first question from the International Youth Math Challenge. But before that, I promised last evening na show ng videos or this problem. Kaso nang in-upload ko is malaki, hindi siya na-compress na todo. So ang ginawa na namin is I will do a live streaming para makita, para on the spot kayo mag-solve. So show that n raised to the power of 4 minus n raised to the minus n raised to the power of 3 plus n squared minus n is divisible by 2 for all positive integers n. So this is from the International Youth Math Challenge under the 2018 qualifying round. So this question, kung kapag n is a positive integers, so of course let us start from the integers 1, 2. So ililista ko. So as n is for positive integers, hanap niya is starts from 1, 2, 3, so on and so forth, or infinity, positive infinity. So ang mangyayari, actually pwede naman siya ma-prove through mathematical induction. Kaso pwede naman ma-solve by a simple observation. Ano yun? And what simple observation na sinasabi ko? We have two cases, but before that, this expression must converted, or what I mean is to express by factorization. So from minus n raised to the power of 3 plus n raised to the power of 2 minus n. So by factoring, how? So just factor in this portion by grouping factors, then i-extract yung n squared. So ang magiging n squared times n squared minus n, tapos plus copy, magiging n squared minus n, tapos n squared minus n is the common factor between the two terms. Ang mangyayari, factor again. So by factorization, magiging n squared minus n times n squared plus 1. Afterwards, i-factor pa din siya ulit. So we have n times n minus 1 times n squared plus 1. Now, this expression was factorized from the given expression of this one. So I will show you in what cases na sinasabi ko. We have case 1. What this case 1 talks about? If n is odd numbers. Kasi dalawang cases yan. First case muna is if n is an odd number, and later on I will discuss about the second cases, which is even number, kapag n is even number. So now, if n is an odd number, to make the statement of the problem statement true, let n is equal to let n is equal to the general for the for odd numbers is, consider this one 2k minus 1, kasi that would be the tawag dyan. First, general formula for odd numbers. For all k must be greater than 1. Since we are dealing with n as positive integers, so we expect that k must be greater than 1 to make it positive. Now, ano naman ang mangyayari? Ganito. If n is odd numbers, kanina i-list mo lahat ng possible expressions nila. Ano ang mangyayari sa kanila? For n squared plus 1 tsaka n minus 1. For n, by substitution, kung i-substitute mo, you have 2k minus 1. So automatically magiging ano siya? Odd. Magiging odd number. How about n squared plus 1? So just also substitute 2k minus 1 squared plus magiging for, so by expansion 4k squared minus 4k plus 1 is equal to 4k squared minus 4k plus 2, because of between one of the three factors, or the common factors nilang tatlo is 2. Ibig sabihin 2 is divisible by 2 is even, tapos divisible yung minus 4k plus 2 is divisible by 2 also. Ang magiging even. So how about the last portion, which is n minus 1? What about n minus 1? By substitution, it becomes 2k minus 1 and it's simplified as 2k minus 2. So it's automatically also even number siya. Yung n minus 1 even din siya. Now, observe the three expressions. Because n squared plus 1, both n squared plus 1 and n minus 1 are divisible by 2. So I mean even numbers. Tsaka yung divisible by 2 is even numbers, di ba? Ang mangyayari automatically na ang expressions na n times n minus 1 times n squared plus 1 is divisible by 2 for all odd numbers. So because may indication na lumalabas na yung n squared plus 1, or kahit si n minus 1, you just assume na di mo alam yung n squared plus 1 as either even or odd. But it is clearly observed that n minus 1 is always even numbers. Kahit hindi natin mag-use ng 2k minus 1, just try to substitute any values of any positive integers n for basta odd numbers. Magiging even din siya. So now, this means is divisible by 2, both and then divisible by 2. So therefore n raised to the power of 4 minus n cubed plus n squared minus n is also divisible by 2 for all odd numbers. Number 2, ano ang case 2 na sinasabi ko? Ganito. Yung case 2. What is case 2? What if n is even numbers? To prove this, use n, just let k let n is equal to 2k as the general formula for even numbers. So what I have said, for all k must be greater than 1, since we are dealing also with positive integers n. So ang mangyayari in this case is n, tapos n squared plus 1 saka n minus 1. Yung n by substitution magiging 2k. That is automatically even. Klarong-klaro na. How about n squared plus 1? Ganito. By substitution magiging 2k squared 2k raised to the power of 2 plus 1 is equal to 4k squared plus 1. So actually sa mangyayari, pasensya na yung what do you call this, interruption. Actually, yung 4 times k raised to the power of 2 is even numbers. Pero when you adding 1, magiging odd numbers na siya. Kasi if you're adding even numbers, tapos i-add mo yung 1, magiging odd number. If you add unless if you are din siya. So ganon. How about n squared minus 1? So by substitution, 2k minus 1. Ang mangyayari, naging odd number siya ulit. So therefore, based on the observations nilang tatlo, nakita na it indicates na mayroon that n, kasi nahanap na natin yung n is always even numbers and also divisible by 2. Because n is divisible by 2, there's a higher chance na ang n times n squared plus 1 minus times n minus 1 is always divisible by 2. That is automatically divisible by 2 due to n, na kasi kanina due to n, because n is divisible by 2 din siya. So both of them, silang tatlo magiging divisible by 2 na naman. So therefore, anong conclusion nila? The last conclusion, ganito. The last conclusion. Further conclusion, ganito. Based on the two cases shown, it is proven that n4 minus n cubed plus n squared minus n is divisible by 2 for n greater than 0. Ganon. So therefore, because of the two cases na because of the two cases na as shown last time, dito, yung case 1 and case 2, it indicates that kahit n is even number or odd number, it is proven already, or it is shown already that n raised to the power of 4 minus n cubed plus n squared minus n is always divisible by 2. So it is very clear na already na divisible by 2 pala yung n, yung given, yung n raised to the power of 4 minus n cubed plus n squared minus n. So for the next live video, I will introduce, I will post that up, or I mean solve another problems. This is a random problems. So dito muna ako mag-end. ng discussion. So, thank you.